welcome back to the channel. As you know, I'm your boy Elyk-G. And we're in the heat of this quarantine. Y'all know how it's going down right now. And I just figure, recently several people put out videos of their setup and what they did as far as their mic setup, dual vlogging, whatever you may have it. And to be honest, after looking at them, I feel like I have one of the cleanest setups that's out there. Mainly because I don't have all these wires all over the place and everything. So what I'm gonna get into today is everything that I've done to develop my setup, which is actually wireless and Bluetooth, and should work with any GoPro, any Garmin Verb. Pretty much if your camera has Bluetooth capabilities, this should be able to work for you. So let's get into it. So the first thing, my camera. I use a Garmin Verb 30. And the reason I got this is because when I initially started recording, I saw a video where this actually mapped your route and showed all the GPS coordinates, speed, yada, yada, yada. Didn't know that GoPro did the same thing at the time. So that's why I kind of chose this over a GoPro. Otherwise, I may have a GoPro, but I actually like this because you can talk to it. I think you can do that with GoPro too, but you can talk to it. Okay, Garmin, start recording. Okay, Garmin, stop recording. That's how I initiate and cancel my recording. You can also say, okay, Garmin, remember that, and it'll put a little ticker on that spot in the video, so that way you remember where to go back to when you're editing in that exact spot. So that's the camera that I use. Now, to get into my helmet, the first thing that I'll point out is my comm unit. So this is the one that I actually connect with other people with, and that's the Blue Rider Bluetooth. I bought this on Amazon, or actually, correction, I got it as a Christmas gift. Came off Amazon. But it can connect up to 8 riders into group intercom where everybody can hear everyone. And when everybody can hear everybody, my dual audio, or at that point, 8-person audio is live and everything goes right into my camera. Now, how do I achieve that? Now, as you can see, I don't have any wires all over the place or anything. And this is the #1 reason why I feel like my setup is one of the cleanest, is because I'm actually connecting to my camera via Bluetooth. On this side, I have, I think it's like a B31, and I'll give you the backstory on that. I ordered this off of Wish. It was $12. The way it was advertised was that it should have hooked up to 8 like this other one. But when I got it, it wouldn't even pair up to another one of its own kind. Matter of fact, you turn it on and it just flashes blue and red, ready to connect. So I thought to myself, I'm like, you know what? Maybe it'll just work for, my microphone. Because prior to this, I actually used another Bluetooth headset to connect to my cameras and have that be my mic. So essentially, the way I do it differently is instead of running these wires into the side of the GoPro or in the side of the camera, so that way your audio goes into it. And that's the other thing. I don't think with the Garmin, you can actually run the cable into it and have it transfer audio. So this might be the only way to do it for the Garmin. But if you have Bluetooth on your GoPro, you can do the same thing instead of having all those wires all over your helmet. So what I did was, essentially on one side of the helmet, inside speaker on this, my left ear, you hear what comes out of here. On the right side, you hear what comes out of here. And they're loud enough to where you can still hear them. And if you watched any of my recent videos or whatever and you hear the dual audio, me and my boy Chris, that's him coming out of the speaker that I have tucked right in here. And then there's a microphone which is connected to this side of Bluetooth, which is where the audio goes into. On this side is the microphone where I talk to my boy Chris. He hears me through this unit. And that one, instead of having a speaker down here, don't need it. I need to hear him. So that speaker is up in by my ear on the normal. So essentially, if you put 2 headsets on your unit, one connects Bluetooth to the camera, and I'll actually show you how simple this is. This is why I like this headset. So I turn it on, and it starts to flash blue, red. Now, I used to have to worry about whether or not it would connect to my camera, but watch this. I'm going to turn the camera on. Hopefully, I got enough battery. And watch. You'll notice that my battery's red. Hopefully, it connects in time. Come on. Boom. Connected. So once it starts flashing that blue, it's connected. So whenever I'm riding, If I have this headset on, or if it's off, when you turn it on, it'll say, welcome to yada, yada, yada. And then I turn my camera on, I know without fail that my audio is connected to this camera, and I never second guess it. I turn them on, and I just keep it pushing. And then, matter of fact, what happens is, okay, Garmin, you can hear the audio in the helmet and know that it's connected. If I turn the camera off, it disconnects. If I need to reconnect, I turn the camera back on. And you get to learn the amount of time that it takes approximately to reconnect. But as you'll see, I'll sit here and chit chat, and you will notice that it will go blue just like before. And like I told you, without fail, well, the camera died. But without fail, it will connect every time. And part of me almost wants to put the battery back in the camera to show you again that it will connect. But maybe I'll do that later on. So yeah, that's how I run my dual audio mic setup. You can turn the volume up and down on this. Main thing is making sure the volume is all the way up for the headset that has a speaker coming out with the microphone over it. And before every ride, I just make sure my mic is positioned well and tucked in there with the speaker. Wind noise is 0, because as you can see with the modular setup, it comes down. I got a windscreen here. Everything is tight. So you don't hear, honestly, you got to get up above like 50 before you start hearing wind noise and whistling and everything with this setup. And I equate that to Scorpion in this helmet. This helmet is raw, one of my favorites. But yeah, that's my dual vlog setup. I'm not going to go into how it's all installed in here and everything. I'm not going to tear it apart, because I believe all my subscribers have common sense enough to know how to install a comm unit in a helmet. You're essentially just installing 2. The additional speaker from the 1 unit, you can either tuck that away in your helmet somewhere, or you can cut it off, to be honest with you, because you don't need it. It doesn't short out anything. Cut it off, put a little bit of electrical tape over it, and you're good to go. But yeah, this is my dual vlog setup. This is the setup I've been running, honestly, for the past year. Easy. Like in the beginning, if you watch my videos in the very beginning, I had a cheap China camera and a recorder on my phone. And the issue with that, they record at different rates and they get out of sync, and you got to chop things and move them, and I was done with that. I went out, bought all kinds of microphones, bought all kinds of setups to try to plug directly into this, try to plug directly into that China camera. Did not work. I know a lot of guys out there have issues with the GoPro and whether or not they'll lose audio and whatnot. I challenge you one day, I don't know, don't connect with your buddy you're talking to or whatever, but I challenge you one day to try to hook it up to the Bluetooth on your intercom unit and see if the audio works better and if it works more flawlessly there. If it does, I recommend just get another cheap little comm unit like this. Like I said, Wish, find it on there. It was no more than 20 bucks. I forget. I want to say it was like $12, to be honest with you. And yeah, and set it up, and you can have the clean setup that I have here. No extra wires, no nothing. The only extra wire I would have is if I were to hook up the external battery pack, which even that I would put right here, Velcro it, you know, it's good stuff. Run my wire to my camera just to charge it and keep it pushing. But at this point, I'm rambling. You see my setup. You see what I've been rocking. Any questions you have, feel free to comment down below. If you like the video, obviously hit that thumbs up. Subscribe. When this video comes out, I don't know if we hit 200 yet. We're right under 200 on this day today. I think we need 2 more subscribers. So who knows? I actually have an extra one of these units upstairs. So who knows? If I hit 200, maybe I'll give one away for one of you lucky subscribers who wants to get their, audio set up. Like I said, will not connect to anything else but a Bluetooth device. It'll connect to your phone, camera, but just not another headset comm unit for some reason. But that's the consequence of ordering off Wish and getting some cheap stuff. But it worked out. Anyway, I'm your boy Elyk-G. You know where to find me. I'll catch y'all later.